retired DJ, corporate dropout. 5 to 7 minutes each.
It was my first team meeting at a new company. The year was 2013, and I accomplished the goal of moving to Los Angeles, having left the East Coast where I spent most of my life. I accepted a job in finance for a Fortune 500 company. Although the geography and the people were unfamiliar, these type of corporate meetings always had a very familiar element. I introduced myself to my new teammates, and they wanted me to share a fun fact. I had 3 go-to solid fun facts that I could use. Would I use the winning a bench press competition while in college, or the offer from a girl I dated to move to the Philippines to be a model since I'm a light-skinned Asian? But since this was my first impression with my new company, I decided to be a little less full of myself, and I recalled that I used to be a DJ and my handle was DJ Scott Free. But since my days of DJing were long gone and I retired from the profession the day I graduated from college, it was a success as I expected, and I received kudos and cool points from my colleagues, and the fun fact would spread throughout the company. The career move to LA came with an element of security, high-paying salary with a cushion of benefits and options. I already had a dozen years under my belt in a budding corporate career and multiple climbs up the ladder. However, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I put my latest entrepreneurial side hustle on pause with a new career. I later discovered that this decision would make me feel like something was lacking in my life. I had been steadily building a real estate investment portfolio outside of my previous corporate gigs, having worked in high capital project management in the government contracting, aerospace, and energy sectors. Fast forward a couple of years, and the glitz and glam of LA has already waned, and to be honest, on day one of that job, I was already looking for my way out. I found myself sitting in my office regularly, commuting over an hour to get there. Who's heard the stories of the dreaded 405 and LA traffic? I would stare at my computer screen and prepare reports for the next unproductive meeting, and I just felt so unfulfilled. It felt like I was in a movie Groundhog Day while I was wearing the golden handcuffs. This was life living in the rat race, and I wanted to get out. Although blessed to have the opportunity, I remember telling myself that what I was doing was not pursuing greatness, and there was more to my story. I've always wanted to be a full-time entrepreneur, but the stakes were much higher now with so much to lose. I was in my mid-30s, married, 2 small kids, multiple mortgages, car payments, and high living expenses. Conventional wisdom said, play it safe, continue to build something on the side, and then one day, if you made more money than you do at your job, then you can make the decision to leave. I tried to follow that advice for a decade, and I didn't see my side income passing my corporate income anytime soon. I wanted to be free, and free to me meant I was fully in control of my destiny. It didn't rely upon anyone or anything else to make it. I decided to go all in and bet on myself. I gave notice that I was resigning, and with no backup plan, I became a corporate dropout. July 10th, 2015 would be the last day I ever had job security. Every day since then, I worked for profits and not wages. I quit my job. When I quit my job, I immediately moved to Jacksonville to launch my full-time entrepreneurial endeavors. With my faith and belief in myself that I would succeed, I've been on the grind ever since. Fast forward 8 years later, I've built a multi-service construction, real estate, and development company. I've made multiple pivots along the way. What originally started out as being a solo business consultant, it turned into a traditional business with operational staff, sales team, downtown office space, vehicles, you name it. Not what I originally imagined what I'd be doing as a full-time entrepreneur, but I've been able to build a company that is a personal reflection of myself. And for me, that's better than any version of working for someone else. I've utilized my 3 business degrees, my project management professional certification. I have 2 general contractor's license, 1 in Florida, 1 in Cali, a roofing contractor's license, my real estate and business broker's license. Combine all that with my past entrepreneurial experience and the street smarts I've gained having grown up in the projects, what comes out is DeVore Capital Contracting Consulting, Inc. I know some people might have a different perspective on the leap of faith that I took. They might say it's irresponsible to go all in as an entrepreneur without a backup plan and a family to provide for. I respect that opinion, but I believe sometimes you must take major risks in life. Having a backup plan can be comforting, but it can also hold you back from fully committing to your dreams. I often think of stories people tell while on their deathbeds, and they wish they would have taken more risk and not played it safe. I didn't want that to be my story. I chose to live a life with no regrets. I hope my journey has inspired you to take that leap of faith and bet on yourself. Remember, life is too short to settle, so take your shots and don't be afraid to go all in. I did, and my journey so far is retired DJ, corporate dropout, to become a full-time entrepreneur. Now I'm Toastmaster.